Good afternoon again, folks. Welcome to today's second episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. We're going back to that horrible world known as the Agape boarding school, but before we do, the usual disclaimers. Alright, folks, here you see it. See what this is? We got court documents. Finally, some court documents we're going to start going over from Attorney General Eric Schmidt's office. Fucking dick. Sorry, I don't mince my words on this channel. Anyways, we're going to be going over the most current petition after the original case he had dismissed due to his own fucking incompetence. Okay? It will be linked in the description box. And speaking of the disclaimers, you're going to see all the links we have gone through thus far in regards to the Agape boarding school situation, which, to remind you, Agape boarding school is a Christian-themed boarding school based out of Stockton, Missouri that has, and pending, folks, over 21 lawsuits alleged against it, with substantiated claims by DSS of child abuse, sexual abuse, psychological and emotional abuse, starvation, and yes, even child trafficking. They have had one former staff arrested by the FBI, another, a doctor who still lives on the premises, that has had multiple claims that have been substantiated by DSS, having him face prison time for multiple counts of sodomy and sexual assault and abuse against the students there. Please read those links and share them on all your social media. Don't forget to tag Eric Schmidt's ass. That is at AG Eric Schmidt. Alright? We also have the Change.org Shut Agape Boarding School Down petition. Please sign and share on all your social media. We have, of course, also, as always, the pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign. Because let's face it, JRC and Agape, well, those are just two sides of the same goddamn coin now, aren't they? Corrupt judges, corrupt legislators, corrupt AGs. It's a song those of us who've been in the Stop the Shocks campaign are all too familiar with. This includes Autistic Hoya's massive archive, or as I like to call it now, I think it's been like damn near over 40 years of abuse and the deaths of the students at the JRC. We also have the templates and the ever-present, self-explanatory, Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. When we discussed Agape boarding school, folks, you will see clips of and catch also descriptions of people with disabilities, mental health issues, traumatic pasts, and just generally troubled being tortured and abused. If you have young children present, please use your headphones. Also, this channel is marked not for children for a reason. We use profanity and we talk about dark subjects on this channel. So, if your child is 16 and below watching this channel, parental supervision is obviously advised. It is 12, folks, and I'm about ready to dig into this. Let's hope it's not the same level of stupid I just dealt with the JRC video. So if I stumble over my words, folks, apologies in advance, all right? Okay, so in the Circuit Court of Cedar County, Missouri, 28th Judicial Court, we've got Missouri Department of Social Services and Agape Baptist Church Incorporated. How the fuck do you get to call yourself incorporated and not pay taxes? The fuck? Just saying. But they're a church. If you're using incorporated, you're not a church, you're a corp. Should be taxed accordingly. Just saying. First amended petition for injunctive relief. This action seeks an injunction to cease operations at Agape boarding school and remove the children there to safety. Why the fuck don't you use your power of your office to do that, Eric? You are given full laws and rights from the 2021 law that passed to be able to do so. Why do you continue to try and do this through the courts that you know fucking won't grant it to you? You know what the definition of insanity is, don't you, Eric Schmidt? The state filed this action on September the 7th, 2022, the same day that the Missouri Department of Social Services added a then-current Agape staff member to the state's Child Abuse Neglect Central Registry. Agape Staff A. Jesus Christ, you dropped the ball so hard. DSS found by a preponderance of evidence that Agape Staff A committed child abuse at Agape. This was the first time that a current Agape staff member was added to the state's Child Abuse/Neglect Central Registry, and the state acted immediately. Is that what you call acting? You mean kicking the can down the road, getting it dismissed and refiling? These are the acts of a fucking clown. Okay? Although Agape reports that it fired Agape Staff A on September the 7th, 2022, an imminent threat of harm continues to exist because Agape Staff A continues to live on Agape property in close proximity to the children at Agape. Thank you, Jesus Christ. And you still refuse to use the power of your office. And don't forget, Eric Schmidt, because we won't, you begged to get off this case because the county prosecutor, oh no. Yeah. Agape's harboring a Agape Staff A, an individual who is listed on the state's Child Abuse Neglect Central Registry, presents an immediate health and safety concerns for the children residing at Agape. Why the fuck aren't you arresting these people? Why the fuck are you not arresting these people? They are harboring in close proximity to children a person that has been marked on the Child Abuse Neglect Central Registry. Why the fuck are the people running Agape not up on charges and in jail right now? Right now. Seriously? Agape employs and harbors other individuals who present an immediate health and safety concern for the children residing in Agape, yet I see no arrests. Why is that, Missouri? Agape has nearly recently provided the state with incomplete information about the individuals with access to children and adults who reside on Agape property. Can I say it again? Why are these people not arrested? They are aiding and abetting pedophiles. Aiding and abetting pedophiles, just put up on the registry, getting ready to be pulled up on charges, and you jackasses haven't arrested these people yet. The new developments are sadly consistent with the dark pattern of behavior at Agape previously exposed by the Attorney General's office and DSS. You mean DSS did all the work and the Attorney General took the credit? What has he done? What has he actually done other than fail spectacularly? Agape's operation of a residential care facility must cease because it presents an immediate health and safety concern for the children residing at Agape. Okay, let's go over this real quick. This is what they filed. Let's take a look at the reality. Eric Schmidt has had over a year to act. He did not. He only acted when political pressure was pushed. When people like Robert Buckland got in there and put the pressure on. Particularly during a time where something like this could tank any aspiration he has to sit as a senator of Washington. This same AG allowed himself to be pushed around like a little boy in a schoolyard by a small county prosecutor. Actually begged to be let off the case. We have the article. I like receipts. The fact of the matter is, The original case got kicked down the road and kicked down the road and then dismissed entirely. The people that these new allegations have been brought to, in regards to DSS, had the agents removed while the children who told them what was going on are still there. And Eric has done nothing. These kids were not removed into safety during this time period. If anybody thinks that they're not being targeted and beaten and worse right now, well then, I got another place to talk to you about. It's called the JRC. Yeah, I've seen it before. The real truth is, Eric Schmidt has failed these kids time and time and time again. He has the power and multiple means at his disposal that he could use to get this place closed down and those kids to safe places a long goddamn time ago, and he has refused to do it. The only reason why he's doing it now is the survivors and their allies are holding his feet over the fire during a sensitive time when he's running for office. He can't afford to look weak, but he does. He looks like a weak, bumbling fool, and Washington will eat him alive. Those on Capitol Hill, they... Seriously, Eric. I want Eric to focus on his actual job. Do your job, Eric. Close this place down, get those kids to safety, and then maybe think about running for Senate. Because I'm not that comfortable with letting someone go into Washington who doesn't do his current job, who would rather sue Biden, who's trying to help those of us suffering under college debt, than protect the kids at this school, whose case he's been on. He knows what's going on there, way more than I do. Yet he does nothing. He files another petition. Why does he do it, folks? Because he has to look like he's doing something, because the survivors, their allies like moi, we're not going away. We are not going away, Eric. And it is a sad fucking day when we have to literally threaten his political aspirations to expose his incompetency in order to get him to do something. And he's literally doing the very least he can do to look good. And he doesn't. He looks like a fool. I'm going to close out on that. We don't get very many views on this channel, especially on this subject. The few that we do tend to get removed from time to time. So please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time, and as always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.